go ahead and get started. So for those who don't know me, I'm Nick Leone. I'm the awards chair. I'm a O&M specialist and actually just of May, recent TVI grad from San Francisco State. So I went ahead and put up the bridge here, but I actually just moved from California this week. So I'm actually on the Eastern time zone in Indiana. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our awards agenda. We're, so thankful that you guys are all able to be here via Zoom. Obviously, we wish we could be doing this in person like a couple years ago, but we still want to make sure to give the proper recognition to our award recipients. Like Chris mentioned, just a couple of quick housekeeping items. Because there's a lot of people on the call, just make sure to keep your computer muted unless you're about to talk. If you would like to speak up and say something, if you need to ask a question, can't hear something very well, or want to share a story about one of the award recipients, just go ahead and you can either raise your hand, I can see the screen, the people, or there's also like a digital electronic hand raise in the options as well that you can always do. So before we get started, does anybody have just like any initial questions about any of the features? Also, just so you guys know, I'm always big on key commands. So if you have a bunch of things open, Alt-A is a nice way to unmute, or you can also hold the space bar if you're going to say something really quick. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the Sandy Cronick Award. So the Sandy Cronick Distinguished Service Award, and I just want to give a brief history of the award. So it was established in 1994 to recognize professionals who demonstrate distinguished service in O&M through a long-term commitment direct service. The award was named after Sandy Cronick because of his lifelong commitment and dedication to teaching O&M. He taught O&M in Oregon until his sudden death in May 1993. So the first award was given to him posthumously and accepted by his wife, Beth Ann Cronick. And it was at the 1994 AER International Conference in Dallas. And he was selected as the first recipient of this award because of his lifelong dedication to teaching O&M while continuing to be involved with numerous different professional activities and committees. He was also a very active member of AER, especially during his last 10 years, and he was instrumental in forming the Oregon AER chapter and served as its president. So we are going to introduce our award recipient for the Sandy Cronick Distinguished Service Award is Rod Hadlin, and I'd like to introduce Sue Daniels, who nominated him, to go ahead and share a little bit about him.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. My name is Sue Daniels. I'm the president and CEO at Leader Dogs for the Blind. Can everybody hear me okay? Yes. Okay, great. Well, it is truly my honor to be with you this evening to honor my colleague and friend, Rod Hainline, as the recipient of the Sandy Cronick Distinguished Service Award. As many of you know, Rod has amassed a 4-decade career at Leader Dogs for the Blind in service to people who are blind or visually impaired. And he has established himself as a true leader in the field of blindness and in the orientation and mobility discipline. Rod arrived at Leader Dog a little over 40 years ago after service in the United States Air Force as a canine handler with military working dogs. Rod attained a bachelor's degree in human resource development from Oakland University, a master's degree from Western Michigan University in blind rehabilitation with a major in orientation and mobility. He also vigorously pursued and attained credentials as both a guide dog mobility instructor and a certified orientation and mobility specialist. It was this unique dual training and understanding of the skills required to be a successful guide dog user that helped him design, develop, and implement an accelerated orientation and mobility program at LeaderDog in 2002. Combining O&M with guide dog training among the programs and services available at LeaderDog set us apart on an international stage, earning us the 2012 Access Award from the American Foundation for the Blind. Rod's ability to connect the essential orientation and mobility skills with guide dog work has allowed him to simultaneously navigate both industries seamlessly, including connecting research and practice. Rod has always valued, as Mr. Cronick did, education and ensuring aspiring professionals in O&M find their passion. His vision for a fully funded internship was realized in 2011 when the Edward T. and Ellen K. Dreyer Orientation and Mobility Internship Academy was endowed at LeaderDog. Since then, nearly 30 students have completed a 14-week paid internship inclusive of room and board. Through Rod's leadership and because of his visionary contributions to our organization, LeaderDog addresses both diverse and traditionally underserved clients. We were the first provider of services to clients who are deaf-blind in the Western Hemisphere, and the first US-based guide dog organization to offer GPS-aided wayfinding, all because of Rod's vision. LeaderDog has advanced the spectrum of services available to people who are blind or visually impaired by utilizing Rod's passion, continuous exploration of emerging technologies, and his never-ending drive to significantly improve the lives of people who are blind or visually impaired. By our estimation, Rod's work has touched the lives of nearly half of LeaderDog's more than 15,000 clients worldwide. In addition, excuse me, Rod has become a frequent presenter at regional, national, and international conferences. He has authored, published, and presented numerous articles and informative literature on the subjects of guide dog utilization, preparation of clients for guide dog use, training techniques, and blindness. He is a valued resource and welcome author in the most prominent O&M textbooks, the most recent being Weiner, Welsh, and Blash, Foundations of Orientation and Mobility, Volumes 1 and 2, where he co-authored 2 chapters. Rod also received the 2011 Distinguished Alumni Award from Western Michigan University, recognizing his work with LeaderDog in the field of O&M. In 2019, he received the Excellence in Leadership Award from Vision Serve Alliance for exemplary organizational and professional leadership, whose contributions have been significant at local, regional, and national levels. And most recently, in 2020, he received the Miguel Medal from the American Foundation for the Blind, bestowed to a professional in the field of blindness whose contributions have significantly improved the lives of people with vision loss. Rod's contributions in this field are nothing short of remarkable. His ability to sync and view individually O&M and guide dog programming has enabled clients to travel and live more independently. His efforts to innovatively program for new and developing client needs, like using GPS and visioning a devoted deaf-blind guide dog training, and specific programming for older clients, urban travelers, and college-bound students, have provided a roadmap for this industry. Rod's leadership, achievements, and contributions in the field of blindness clearly show that throughout his career, he has acted in service to others nationally and globally, just like Sandy Cronick did during his esteemed career. Please join me tonight in congratulating Rod on receiving this award and celebrating his many, many accomplishments over the last 40 years. Congratulations, Rod.
Yay.
Hey,
Hey.
is this the point that I have my 3 minutes that were appointed by Gala?
You have 10, Rod. Don't worry. Take your time.
Oh, I
Even
think
a little
3 will
more-
be
Even a little
sufficient.
bit more than that. So.
You know, as you guys know, that Sandy and his lifelong commitment and dedication to teaching O&M is special. That's why there's an award. And to be named to be part of those that have been listed before me it's truly an honor, and I'm deeply moved. If Bruce Blosh was on this call or Zoom, I'm sure he's rolling his eyes right now. But those who can know me can attest that deeply moved is not normally something that happens often. But I can honestly say that every time I've felt this way, it's because of the work that we do, not only at LeaderDog, but as a community of service providers and advocates, because we really do go out and try to make a level playing field for everyone. And that's always been one of my drivers is let's see what we can do to level that playing field. So we all know why we do this. It's the little moments. It's the small snapshots in time. It's when the client sees hope because of the training that the profession of orientational mobility provides. I want to thank all of you for taking the time to attend and observe this honor. Over time, and the exuberance of youth has gradually given way to some wisdom of age and life experiences, and it's helped me to realize that leadership and effective movement to the best services for the consumer, it doesn't happen in a vacuum. And with that, I have to thank Sue Daniels and the team at LeaderDog, because this award really belongs to them. It's the board, the leadership that had the faith to see the vision of what we needed to do to improve and expand our services over the many years. And that's really, it's one thing to go out and paint with a big roller. It's the team that has to come in and cut in and make sure that everything's right. So I really do believe that we need to have a way to hand this award to a group because it was the team that accomplished these things. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time, sitting in the right chair. And with that, I'll challenge all of you, many of you I know, and I've known for many, many years, to continue to mentor those that are coming up, support those that are leading the charge. Our work is not done. Each of us can contribute to a better world through the commitment and focus, and we need to really focus on the changes that are needed to create equal opportunity for all. And we're in a great position to be able to do that. The secret, as you guys know, to outstanding service provision and achievement is it's not always talent, but it's a special blend of passion, the right people in the right places, and as Sue will attest, the persistence to do the right thing. And so each of us sitting here on this meeting here, we have the potential to affect change in our sphere of influence, whatever that may be. So I would encourage you to continue to do what you do every day to make a difference. And don't forget to watch out for each other. And I'd like to thank Nick and the other members of the committee, Chris, Justin, Tommy, and especially the lovely Gayla, one of my most favorite people in the world. Laura, thank you for your support and mentorship over the years. Bill Penrod, I don't know if he's on the call, but Eileen Sifferman, Susan, thank you, all you guys, for the many years of support that I've been given, and especially to the team of LeaderDogs. So thank you.
Great, thank you, Rod. And can I ask, did the plaque make it to you on time yet?
The plaque did not make it on time. I thought you guys, I thought our budget was in pretty good shape. So I do have an award here.
Ron,
we could do better.
The plaque.
I'm going to try to share my screen with what it will look like when it arrives for you, Ron. Hang on one second.
Okay.
Here you go.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you.
Hopefully arriving to you soon.
Yes.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
All right. We will continue on with our second and final award of the night. So the Lawrence E. Blaha Memorial Award is what we're presenting next to the award recipient Nora Griffin Shirley. The award was initiated in 1968 to honor people who have shown exemplary behavior in the field of O&M, made outstanding contributions to the profession, and shown dedication to serving people with visual impairments. It is the highest honors that the O&M division can bestow. Each recipient of the award is the guardian of the Sir Francis Campbell's cane. We'll have to see if it made it to Nora yet, until it's passed along to the next award recipient. The handle of the cane was used by Sir Francis Campbell and can be seen in a photograph of him that is displayed in the C. Warren Bledsoe Orientation and Mobility Archives. The award itself was named in honor of Lawrence Blaha, who was a pioneer in the field of O&M. He is remembered for his wit, athletic abilities, philosophy, technical skills, and his high standards. He was an educator whose ideas are remembered and continued through his award. In 1948, he began his career working with people with visual impairments at the Central Blind Rehabilitation Center for Visually Impaired and Blinded Veterans, VA Hospital in Hines, Illinois. He was one of the group of 6 individuals chosen for training to become the original O&M specialist at Hines. And in 1961, he joined the faculty of Western Michigan University from 1964 until his death. He was also the director of the O&M program at California State College, Los Angeles, and the first award was given to him posthumously in 1968. And the Sir Francis Campbell, whose cane is passed along to the award recipients, was an American expatriate who was knighted by King Edward VII. Campbell was born in Tennessee and accidentally blinded before he was 6, and he was educated at the Tennessee State Institute for the Blind. And Campbell taught music at the Perkins School for the Blind. And at Perkins, he was involved in early efforts to teach O&M. So I would like to bring to the screen Laura Bozeman, who was one of the nominators and supporters of Nora Griffin Shirley.
Oh, thanks so much, Nick. I truly am honored to present the O&M Division Lawrence E. Blaha Memorial Award to Nora Griffin Shirley for her leadership, mentorship, and significant contributions to the O&M profession. I've been in the field a while, and I've known Nora for a long time. I have witnessed firsthand Nora's impact on our profession. As Dr. Kenalia Johnson notes in her letter of support, Nora has been a force in the field for nearly 50 years, a true leader, as noted by Shelley Danaher. In her role in personnel preparation, Nora values collaboration and would partner with national and international leaders to offer the very best instruction possible. Dr. Amy Parker at Portland State University explained, Nora was modeling a vital skill for leadership, that of bringing together diverse experts in a thoughtful way to provide high-quality experiences to her students. Further supported by Dr. Paul Ajawan at Missouri State University, he notes how Nora, her faculty and staff supported his international efforts in Nigeria. Those efforts benefited students and lecturers in higher institutions in that region. Nora made further impact through geographical outreach in China and in India. She has also presented at 7 international mobility conferences, sharing her expertise on a global level. Dr. Grace Ambrose-Zakin at Hunter College summarizes that Nora has demonstrated her scholarship and her ability to create university programs that respond to the needs of the field, and led to her directorship at the Texas Tech University's Virginia Murray Sowell Center for Research in Education and Sensory Disability since 1999. Nora is also the coordinator of Texas Tech's O&M program, developer and coordinator of the graduate certification program, and coordinator of the special ed program at Texas Tech as well. Nora is an avid contributor to the scholarship of the profession. She's a co-author of 4 textbooks, 105 publications that include chapters, journal articles, numerous conference proceedings, and newsletters. Each contribution is a critical addition to the profession of O&M. She has shared her expertise through hundreds of international, national, regional, state, and local presentations as well. Nora developed over $6.5 million to provide support for her students and for the program. As further noted by Dr. Parker, because universities often have trouble sustaining low incidence preparation programs, Nora's gift for partnership through grants is particularly noteworthy in the field of O&M. Nora chaired or co-chaired 15 doctoral committees and served as a member of 29 additional doctoral committees. Nora is a valuable mentor, not only to her students, but fellow colleagues. Dr. Parker states, over her decades of service in the field of O&M, Nora has demonstrated a deep commitment to her students, to colleagues, to the professional community, and to the development of the body of knowledge in the field of O&M. Nora's outreach and breadth of impact is further emphasized by Dr. Sandy Rosen at San Francisco State University, saying Nora has recruited doctoral students who have assumed leadership roles in universities and professional organizations who are advancing the field of O&M and the provision of O&M services to countless individuals with visual impairment. A recipient of numerous awards for excellence and merit, Nora is always an inspiration. In addition to all of these attributes, Nora is a colleague and a friend. She consistently takes the time to listen, to really listen, and then she will offer thoughtful and reflective understanding and advice. We have laughed together and cried together through life's joys and challenges. This is one of life's joys, to present this to you, this well-deserved award. Congrats.
Nora, would you like to share a few words?
Yes, I would. Thank you, Laura. Excuse me just a minute. I told Justin that he might end up reading my acceptance speech, but I will do it. First, I would like to acknowledge my sisters, Esther Lucy and Altine Boguslawski, and her husband, Mike, and their family, the Kinzers, who are here, Sydney and Jeff, which I really do appreciate, and some of my grade school friends from Maine who are with us tonight. I am pleased they could be in attendance as I receive this prestigious award. When I think about the past 40 years in the field, I am struck by the accomplishments that have gotten me here today. As Rod has said, these professional accomplishments were completed only by teaming and learning from and with others. The teams I have been involved with have included professionals, students, and research participants I worked with at the Carroll Center for the Blind, Columbus Public School System, the Vision Center of Central Ohio, the University of Arkansas at Little Rock, the Department of Veterans Affairs Rehabilitation Research and Development Center, the American Foundation for the Blind, and finally my home, Texas Tech University. My colleagues and the many professional membership organizations I have been a member of since I was a parapathology student at Boston College, and my late husband, Mike Shirley, truly was a team member. These teams have enabled me to have the self-confidence and courage to apply for and be selected to become a Salzburg Global Seminar Leadership Fellow and a Fulbright Scholar. These positions provided me with information regarding personal preparation on an international level. Specifically, my affiliation with the United States India Education Foundation resulted in many consultation trips to India and research and writing opportunities with my Indian colleagues about education and rehabilitation of people with disabilities, including those with visual impairments. These cultural exchanges have increased my desire for more international opportunities through the International Mobility Conferences and ICEVH. Early in my O&M career, I recognized the opportunities that were available in our professional organizations, specifically AER and CEC. These organizations provided me with a community where I learned about my profession from our leaders past and present, assisted in the development of my leadership, teaming, and networking skills, and offered long-term friendships. I am especially proud to be a member of the Texas Tech University's Virginia Murray South Center for Research and Education in Sensory Disabilities. informal, and formal research and grant teams who have worked diligently to obtain grant funding, engage in research and writing, and conduct personal preparation programs. These activities have prepared many practitioners and leaders to serve children and adults with visual impairments, hearing impairments, deaf blindness, intellectual disabilities, autism, and other disabilities globally. The team members have included Dr. Alan Koenig, Dr. Devendra Banda, Stacy Carter, Rosanna Davidson, Lee Cackley, Pat Kelly, Phoebe Okongo, Rona Pogren, Virginia Sowell, Miss Anita Page, Miss Gabriella Davis, Miss Pam Lindell, Miss Tay Wynn, and Mr. Vitalis Othion, as well as many others. I also want to thank Mr. Troy Abrams, Miss Pam Dalton, Miss Cheryl Dillon, Miss Linda Hinkle, and Miss Ashley Parton, who teach cane courses with me in the summers. These individuals are a very creative, passionate, enthusiastic group who make these courses better for our TTU students and enjoyable for me. Additionally, I want to express my gratitude to my non-TTU writing partners, Dr. Paul Ajawan and Laura Bozeman, who have conceptualized with me ideas for research resulting in publications. For those of you here tonight who are just starting your first or second year in the field, I encourage you to join teams through professional organizations like AER. When we work with effective teams, we can accomplish so much more to empower each other to become better professionals and to serve individuals who are visually impaired. To conclude, I want to express my deep appreciation to my colleague, Dr. Sandra Rosen, as she is the person who originally nominated me and encouraged others to write letters. Sandy has been a mentor, a conference buddy, and a friend of mine for many years. Thank you, Sandy and AER, for thinking I'm worthy of this award, and most importantly, to all of my past and present team members who have helped me along my O&M journey. A job well done by all. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Nora. I love you. Very proud.
Thank you, Nora. It's honestly so amazing and humbling to hear everything that both of you have accomplished. So let's go ahead and why don't we go ahead and all unmute and give both. Oh, and we do have the award. Great.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
Oh, yay.
beautiful. It's very beautiful. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh,
Nora,
it's,
just a side note, Rod has the cane, St. Francis Campbell cane. I'm going to try to display a picture of it on the screen, and that will be coming to you, I believe, soon, hopefully. But all we can give you at the moment is a digital version. But hopefully it will be in your care very soon.
I know that Sandy 4 years ago had kept it at I think the Mobility Archives. No,
There are different ways. Yep.
at APH Museum.
Yeah.
And so given,
Depending on your
I
level,
will work that out.
your level of comfort, I think Rod was the last recipient, and he will be able to get that get that to you soon.
Okay, thank you very much.
Rod, is that you right there? I see. Yeah.
Nora, this is Rod.
Yes, yes.
I have known you forever, and I am just totally amazed at what you've been able to accomplish in a lifetime and the things that you did for this division. Truly, truly outstanding. Thank you.
Thank you.
And for those who aren't familiar, that's Rod Kasich, who won the award last year, who was the award recipient from last year.
Yes, he was.
So let's go ahead and unmute and give both of our award recipients a huge round of applause because they have definitely earned it.
Thank you.
Congrats, Nora.
And I'd also like to thank AER and the rest of the committee. You know, with everything going on this year, everybody really stepped up to the plate to make sure this happened and we were able to give you guys your proper recognition. So thank you to the whole committee for that and AER. And we are ahead of time, so if anybody, you know, wants to stick around, share stories, socialize, I think that would be no problem, right, Chris?
I think that's just fine, and hopefully everybody will be able to have, though I know it's a different setting, and enjoy some connection. I just wanted to say thank you, Nick, and thank you to Gayla. Gayla Brooks is the heart and soul of our history for the awards committee, and she continues to inspire us to continue that tradition. So thank you to Gayla. I don't know if she's on the call or not, but just in case, she really puts her heart into it all the time. Congratulations both to Rod and to Nora.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Rod, this is Rod Cossack, and I'd like to say a word or two to you.
Yes, sir. You have my attention.
All right. What you did was truly phenomenal. You saw something that needed to be done, and that was to bring together the two disciplines in a way that would help them both, but beyond that, it gives much greater service to blind persons. So my congratulations to you to seeing something that was critically important and getting the job done.
Thank you, Rod. You know, I tell this story when I was a young man going into the guide dog world. The first thing I noticed is when a client walked through our door, and this was true of all guide dog schools, not just us. We took their cane away. And one of my first thoughts was, that's really crazy. Why are we doing that? And then started looking into it. And I don't think the guide dog world really even knew orientation and mobility, the value of it, because we thought we were the answer. And it was quite eye-opening. And as I got further into it over the years, it just, so many things made no sense within the industry of why we were so separate when we should actually be working together. And I got goosebumps right now, to be honest with you, thinking of how that's all changed. And now I believe the guide dog industry and orientation mobility is totally integrated. And we do count on each other. And that's a good thing. So thank you, Rod. That means a lot coming from another Rod.
You're welcome.